Hey guys, welcome back to Clownfish TV. This is Neon. I am here with Geeky Sparkles.
Hello.
And it's time for a deluxe dose of Dismal Disney.
Oh, you're getting some more D's in there.
Yeah, it's definitely a dangerous dose of Dismal Disney.
Dangerous deluxe dose of Dismal Disney. Would there be a daily in there?
I don't know. It's like every hour now. We're going to talk about this. Yeah, there's a lot of hatred for the Walt Disney Company
It's
right
cool
now.
to hate them right now.
It's cool to hate Disney. Yeah, I love this. We have spent the last 4 years fighting off pixie dusters.
Losing our media access.
And having people send us freaking death threats and all kinds of shit over dunking on Disney. And now everybody hates Disney.
And now we're going to be actually defending them on some levels, and then we're going to get in trouble for that.
We're going to get in trouble for that. So it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what we do. We're always the bad guy.
So let's be honest, like we always are.
There we go. So we're going to talk about this situation this week with Disney.
There's several situations this week.
It's like, I mean, we are talking like every damn day there's some drama with Disney. Every damn day drama with it. Okay. Anyway, before we get into it any further, please subscribe for more pop culture news, views, and rants, guys. Over 261,000 subs.
Yay.
Thank you for the support. We do talk a lot about pop culture, talk about Disney, talk about theme parks. Geeky runs a Disney parks blog at piratesandprincesses.net.
Yes, I do.
One of the few legit, unbiased theme park blogs out there.
Try to be.
Most of them are bought and paid for in some way, either with money or with cupcakes by the
travel agencies.
Or travel agencies, bought and paid for by Disney in a roundabout way. So anyway, Disney has had a lot of issues this week. Of course, we know about that bill in Florida.
Yes, the quote-unquote, by the media, the Don't Say Gay bill, which is not actually the name of the bill, as I've repeatedly said, even though some dumbasses still are accusing me of saying that. They're calling it this. And they are getting all kinds of shit for that. They're demanding the moon. They're demanding, they don't get moved from Florida or for California to Florida over it and all this other shit. But now they're in trouble again.
Yeah, so they're in trouble for some cheerleaders.
Yes, apparently, yes.
They're in trouble over cheerleaders. Well, okay, we'll back it up. They're in trouble because some of their employees got arrested. For trafficking.
Well, no. There was like 4 employees got arrested, and to be fair, one of them was for child predator. The other 3, I believe, were for trying to solicit a prostitute or prostitution. And because when they had that big bust, one person got arrested for trafficking, and it was not related to Disney. There was only 4 people arrested for predator, and one of them was a Disney employee at the Polynesian as a lifeguard. And then there was 3 other people who were prostitution things.
Okay, I don't know why that jogged my memory when we're talking about cheerleaders. I was thinking underage and Disney and anyway. So there's that, right?
I'm sorry, maps.
there's that. Find the map. Find the map.
Yeah,
find the map.
much.
So there is that, and now there's some uproar over some cheerleaders. Of course, cheerleaders. If you've been to Disney World, Disneyland, they always have cheer week and competitions.
Yeah, I'd be more an uproar over the fact that the way some of these people behave.
Oh yeah, it's crazy.
Some of them aren't well behaved. But yes, they're in trouble now because there was a cheer team called the Indianettes.
The Indianettes.
Now Disney's trying to No, we're not playing it.
Well, we can do a little dance there.
No, we're not playing it. Pause it. So apparently Disney has put out a statement. Do you have that here? That they're saying that we regret this performance took place as it did not reflect the audition tape that was submitted. We've immediately put measures in place to ensure performances reflect the auditions. Disney spokesperson Jackie or Jackie.
Oh my God, she's the one that's always attacking WDW News Today.
Well, one of them.
Yeah.
Anyway, as people pointed out, though, they said that but when you see pictures of the school, well, first of all, their uniforms in the videos that would have been sent was clearly based on Native Americans.
Yes.
Yes. Then they were there 2 years ago doing the same things, and Disney had no problem with it then. So this whole idea that Disney didn't know is a load of shit.
Yeah, so Disney is trying to deflect, and there are videos out there of them, doing the same
types of things.
Yeah,
and I want to point out too, though, that they're
Peter Pan.
Well, no, I was going to point out these are kids, and it's like, so I keep in mind when people are going out there and being really, really douchey, as like people on Twitter do, that it's not their fault that the school thinks that that's appropriate. They're just part of the cheer team, and it happens to be that that's their shtick, and you know, a lot of kids can't afford private school and things like that. So I'm just saying, don't blame the children.
Public school.
Don't
blame public school for racism.
Blame the children, because I'm just saying, they're just doing what, you know, they're taught to do on the thing, right or wrong, whether you agree or disagree. It's not the kids' fault. So
blame Disney. It's all Disney's fault.
They're going to say, well, those kids could choose not to. I'm like, you know what? Kids make dumb choices. Look at Twitter.
Yeah.
And by kids in Twitter, I mean like anybody ranging from like, you know, an actual child to like a 30-some-year-old pretending to be a child.
30-some-year-old pretending to be a child trying to get some kids.
Pretty much. But anyway.
Anyway.
I was thinking more cartoons, but
okay. I'm sorry.
So Disney's putting out this statement because they're in trouble. But as many people have pointed out, I don't care if their audition tape reflected it or not. They were there 2 years ago. Pictures of the uniforms and the kids, and even on the wall, their slogan was "Scalp Em."
Yeah. So this, we're going to get into this one, and then we're going to get into some other issues. So coming from Deadline, Disney World regrets performance featuring racist stereotypes of Native Americans.
Don't attack the children. It's not, you know.
Repeating the Port Neches, Groves, Indianettes high school drill team repeating the words, "Scalp 'em, Indians, scalp 'em," among other things.
Because these kids, like, they were probably all excited to go, and now somehow they're in the middle of this controversy, and something might happen to these kids, and, you know, and no, we're not doing that.
Previously at 12:25 p.m. before Disney made it all better by issuing a statement. It magically goes away when Disney issues a statement. It's been a bad stretch for Disney Parks' self-declared inclusion initiative, and it got a little worse this week as a video surfaced online of a high school cheer team from Texas performing a routine at Walt Disney World that contained racist stereotypes of Native Americans. No, they were just dancing in front of Peter Pan. They thought it was okay.
But I just think it's funny that Disney's getting mad about racism and racist stereotypes when they are known for stereotyping shit, and they're known for like covering up, you know, people that
Daryl Hannah's ass.
Well, that's not racist. I was gonna say like, you know, the Black Panther with for China and stuff like that. They're the last people, you know, filming their, you know, re-education centers for Uyghurs. They're not the last people to put out comments on that kind of thing.
Anyway, a tribal attorney and former advisor to Bernie Sanders tweeted, oh wow, there's no political angle here, tweeted the video and wrote, because a bunch of kids infringe chanting "Scalp 'em, Indians, scalp 'em" is honor right, and any natives who attend PNGISD should probably just accept their classmates dehumanizing them because tradition, right? Shame on Disney Parks for hosting this. Writer for TNT's Miracle Workers retweeted her post and added 99% of the people sharing their outrage about this are Native people. Can you see that's a problem too? We have to speak up against racism, yada, yada. Damn you, Disney. Damn you, Disney.
Even though Disney would have known because they were there 2 years prior.
Yeah.
So that was the one thing.
So that's that. Okay, so how many doses of dismal Disney have we got? So we got people pissed off while Disney in the news about the Predators. We've got people pissed off about the Florida bill, and then we did a whole video about the Imagineers saying they're not moving to Florida.
Which we said, but that's what this is all about.
They don't want to move. We've got this article, and we're not going to really get into this article too much, but on freaking Wall Street Journal, throwing Bob Chapek under the wheels of the bus.
Now they're going on about like the price hikes and everything else, which yes, that is him. But it also was Iger before him, because I remember like in 2019 when they jacked up the annual passes significantly, then that was under Iger. People were mad. So I'm not defending Bob Chapek. However, I am going to say that he keeps getting blamed for a lot of things that Iger had put them in the position for first.
Yeah, and we mentioned this in videos. Like even the sponsor of that bill in Florida, Bob Iger, was giving to him.
He was paid off by Iger
years ago.
Right.
Like 7-8 years ago, he was getting paid by Iger.
Right. So paying both sides of the aisle has been going on for years, and Iger was part of that. He was, part of that. He also tried to use a Disney company to leverage himself a political position, which put the company in trouble. Now they're trying to go back to apolitical, and they're not allowed to go back to apolitical because, Iger did it this way because Iger was pushing to one side because he very much wanted to run for president towards one side of the aisle. And then they talk about that, and they talk about, of course, they go into the whole, Florida bill, and they go into the whole thing about the Imagineers not wanting to move, and they keep, it's like a bunch of crap. But at the end of the day, a lot of this stuff isn't just Bob Chapek. The Florida relocation, or the relocation to Florida and all that happened, that was announced last year, but Bob Iger was still chairman of the board at the time. So all this stuff was just done without his knowledge. But Chapek's the one that keeps getting blamed for everything. And I mean, I don't like Chapek. Don't get me wrong. I do think he's totally Chapek, and he's the reason why we have a lot of budget cut bullshit. But I don't think it's fair to level it all on him, because of it.
There's definitely an anti-Chapek agenda going on here. And Chapek has said before that he wants to make Disney a little more apolitical, which I'm sure is definitely making some people at the company angry, because for the last 5, 8, 10 years, on Iger's watch, the company has been pandering pretty hard to left-wing causes.
And if you want to be part of a company that really panders hard politically in one way or the other, then I recommend that you probably go to another company.
Yeah.
Because I think being apolitical is the way to go. I think these companies keep inserting themselves into things they shouldn't insert themselves into. They're not putting jokes there about arresting child predators at Disney.
Oh.
But they mentioned at the end of this article, too, they were talking about Disney, they had some person that was an activist type saying, well, Disney should have spoke up because they listen when Disney says something. And it's like, it's not Disney's place to say something. That's what gets me. These companies in general, it's not their place to say something. And most of them aren't going to unless it actually impacts them as far as they want to put a park somewhere and your laws prohibit that.
Yeah, they talk about Chapek, how he's not really in the Hollywood scene. He's all about money. And he's basically we're putting the needs of the consumer at the top of the list. And I think that he's looking at that and he's like, he probably is looking at the situation with Star Wars and stuff, and there were mistakes that were definitely made. Mistakes were made for sure.
Right.
They're moving Imagineering to Florida because, again, like it or not, I'm sure some Imagineers really love living in California. But if it wasn't for the Florida park staying open, a lot of Imagineers in California would have lost their jobs because Disneyland was shut down for a year.
And California hasn't been very welcoming or helpful, let's say helpful, towards, keeping Disney going over there, some of the choices they've made. So that's probably why they did it. It was probably a middle finger to Newsom, too. Yeah. So that was that. And then there's this, go ahead.
We're going to throw this in there. It's not worth a whole video. But for those of you who remember, it's kind of gone down the memory hole. Noelle Stevenson.
No, it's N.D. Stevenson now.
N.D. Stevenson, I'm sorry.
And it's they, them, I think.
Okay. N.D. Stevenson, showrunner of our favorite show, Netflix's She-Ra and the Princesses of Power. Before N.D. Stevenson worked in animation, they had a webcomic turned graphic novel called Nimona. And Nimona got optioned to become an animated movie with, I think it was Blue Sky or Fox. It was with Fox. And then when Disney bought Fox, they chopped this movie. And I guess it was pretty far along. It was 75% done.
But to be honest, the reason I chopped that movie is like that Jurassic Park meme where he's sitting there and he's like, nobody cares. It's that one. See? Nobody cares.
So what's going on now? God, this is the Mary Sue. Look at all the ads on the Mary Sue. What's going on now is because everybody is coming out of the woodwork to attack Disney. They're bringing up Nimona and being like,
it's because of the
gay.
Yeah, don't say gay, Nimona.
It's like, no, if the movie was 75% done,
removing one kiss wasn't going to stop the movie.
That wasn't going to stop the movie. And that was not the main thrust of the whole, not thrust, huh? The main plot of the whole comic.
Well, there's probably thrusting they tried to cut that too.
Yeah. Anyway, yeah, they're trying to get the movie finished. Just do a crowdfunder or something, right? I mean, you got a lot of She-Ra stands. They'll pay for it.
No, because you that's the problem. You're assuming they paid for it. Yeah. So
like they bought the toys.
So now they're trying to roll. Yeah, I know, right? They're trying to roll this one out now as like, oh look, it's because they hate, LGBTQIA plus whatever.
Hates gay people.
No, it was canceled most likely because no one cared, and it wasn't going to make any money because nobody cared.
And oh my God, guys, oh my God, Disney had a pro-fossil fuel ride with that nasty woman, Ellen DeGeneres, and Bill Nye.
Well, here's the thing. That ride existed before that version of the ride. It was the Universal Energy. It was pretty much the same thing.
Sponsored by, what was it, Exxon?
Probably. And it was
some
all
oil
about,
company.
I've seen every iteration. I saw both iterations. And it was just like the same damn thing, except you didn't have Ellen and Bill Nye in it, making it a little more interesting. That and Jeopardy. It had Alex Trebek in it, but they're not throwing him under the bus either. They figure it's too late to throw him under the bus at this point. But they're mad about that now. Because
they're mad about this. This was just a couple days ago. Every grievance everybody has ever had with Disney, all the dirt's coming out now because of this Florida bill. Right. So, yeah, because now they're mad. They're going to be complaining about, because once upon a time, the ride was sponsored by Exxon and oil companies. Because, years ago, I mean, 82 is when the Universal Energy opened. I think it was 82. Yeah. And I'm like, they were sponsoring stuff then, these different companies. Well, I know what would fix it. The internet would love it if Elon Musk did a new version of this. They should. With Tesla. And you can get your own NFT at the end. You can get your own, Disney NFTs. Yeah, guys. Hey, you forgot. Disney's going all in on NFTs now, too. Mm-hmm. So there's some more ammo. Forget. So they're mad about that, which leads us to the theme park insider guy, who was like, saw that article, and now he's going to tear Disney a new asshole because he saw them ripping into the Walt Disney. So now he's going to give his 2 cents on attractions he finds problematic. And number one is Peter Pan. Because which to be fair, I get why people are upset with it. I'm not going to say I don't. I get it. It's got a content warning on Disney Plus now. Right. But I'm saying the ride, it's a part that could easily be taken out if it's a problem. But I can see why people are upset. But again, it was a product of its time. I get it. They could just replace them with, chimpanzees and we'll call it a day. Yeah, that's so much better. Mm-hmm. Then they're mad about the Tiki Room. Which I don't understand this one as much. They're mad at Tiki Room because the ethnic stereotyping of the 4 birds that host these shows make me cringe. Oh, because of Jose and... Yeah, well, I'm German. I'm my background, my family is German. My maiden name's German. My mom's family name was German. And the thing is, there's a German bird, and I'm not pissed about it. And then they go on about it down here, and they talk about, I love this. And that's before we begin to consider the show's place within the American tradition of appropriating Pacific Islander stories and mythology for kitsch entertainment. It's one big cultural mishmash, which could work, I suppose, but definitely needs new framing device and character development, all respectfully honoring Pacific cultures. That's okay. They'll just get rid of it and put Moana in there. And probably. Until Moana's problematic. Well, he finds problematic things with everything. We're going to talk about that in a minute. Spaceship Earth. Okay, you ready to see what he's pissed about for Spaceship Earth? Lay it on me. Here's what he's mad about. Yeah, a whole article about Spaceship Earth being problematic. He's mad about the dark ride, but he goes here and he's mad because it's a history of communication. I'm mad about the descent. And he's talking about when they have the part with the scholars, okay? And the original version, they talked about the scholars being there, and they said that Islamic wise men preserve ancient wisdom and weave a rich network of new knowledge linking east to west. No problems there. But then later they change it and say, Islamic and Jewish scholars continue to preserve ancient wisdom and noble libraries. And he's mad because Jewish writers did help some, but it was all the Islamic people and they shouldn't be doing that. It's not accurate. So basically Spaceship Earth is Islamophobic. Well, it doesn't matter anyway. They're gonna completely gut and destroy Spaceship Earth, and it's gonna be about magical story time with a very sanitized, retconned version of human history.
Oh, they're going on here. Dense script aims for a lighter, more informal tone, but the attempts sometimes trip over themselves. And they're taking an attempt to crack a joke for the Tea Party crowd in Egypt scene. Papyrus, in turn, creates better record keeping of plans, designs, and unfortunately taxes.
The Tea Party crowd?
Yes. That's a bit rich given it was taxes that subsidized, not paid for the development of pretty much all our modern communication systems, including the internet. Dude, you're really effing overthinking this attraction. And he's like, every time
God.
he just goes on and on about this stuff. It's like, dude, take a Midol. It's just, and then you go hear Splash Mountain, of course, Splash Mountain, because Disney acknowledged it and promised to fix it, but it still is open to guests. How dare they?
How very dare they? Actually, my understanding is that there's actually a pretty large group of African Americans who are not terribly happy with them closing the ride because they're like, these are African folktales, and you're getting rid of it for Princess and the Frog.
You're gonna love the next paragraph.
Okay,
go ahead and read the next paragraph.
Speaking of Disney assets with origins in racist entertainment, let's buckle up and address the big one: Mickey Mouse. Original Mickey shares an uncomfortable number of characteristics with minstrel performers.
Access.
Drawn,
and we don't. We never say it like this.
Drawn black with exaggerated eyes.
Because he's a mouse?
Strutting movements, high-pitched voice, and those white gloves. The name Mickey even invokes the word minstrel. No, it doesn't.
God, dude.
Over the years, Disney has assigned untold resources to develop Mickey, eventually giving him a Caucasian skin tone that sent Mickey to a new home in the Uncanny Valley. More recently, Disney has created a new throwback look for Mickey that blends slapstick comedy with more modern animation conventions to further distance Mickey from anything resembling.
It was because they were doing the rubber hose type, and that was a big thing back then. It was early animation, dude.
They did the black because it was a large area. You didn't have to do a lot of detail. Most animated characters back then looked like Felix the Cat. Why aren't you taking a shit on Felix the Cat?
But you know what? Here's the thing, too. They didn't have color.
Yeah.
So they were black and white.
Yes.
I'm like, oh my God. He's literally taking a steaming shit on Mickey Mouse because he says he's doing the whole orcs argument. Mickey Mouse is problematic because he's clearly a stand-in for black people.
Oh my God.
Oh my God, you can't make this shit up. Oh, and then the last thing he's mad at, this is the last thing he's mad at. He's
is this
mad
real?
Yes.
This isn't parody. This is
I think it's
legitimately
soaring around the world.
Why?
Because when you're on the soaring around the world, and this is true, the Eiffel Tower looks curved. Because of the technology, because
of the way the cameras are and the way the screen is curved, because they want it to be immersive. And when you do something like that, every version of Soarin' has had, well, there's only been 2 versions, but yes, it looks that way because that's the way the screen is, because they basically put you into the screen to make it immersive. Yes, it's warped. Yeah. I'm sorry. Is that racist too?
He's not joking. He's like, it does miss some nuance about the pro-fuel one and talking about that. And he goes on about, well, he's going to talk about the different things he's mad about. And it's like, I'm just like, and he's dead serious. So now it's completely open season to shit on Disney.
It's open season.
And even the ones who have been kissing Disney's ass for years because it gets immediate access and clicks are now like, well, now that everybody's turning on Disney, I'm taking this as my opportunity to dump every grievance I ever had on the rides about Disney parks because somebody else did one.
This says it all right here. 0 days since last evidence of Disney's inclusivity key being bullshit. It's amazing. It's amazing. I wish there was a YouTube channel out there that has been telling you that this is all bullshit for 4 years, 5 years.
And prior to that, we were doing our own podcasts and blogs saying about it. Yeah, I know, right?
If only somebody could have warned you that it's all just posturing, that it's not legit. Now, that being said, Disney is a corporation, they got to make money. And, they would be better off if they told people to just be like, whatever the audience wants, whatever our consumers want.
And after all of this, crowd levels aren't going down. No. People are not canceling their vacations and they're still going. So scream all you want. I mean, I'm with you on the fact it's overpriced. I made a joke today about it being too overpriced. It's getting ridiculously priced, and I do think that they're charging way too much. But it's not stopping people. And the only thing that's going to stop Disney is if they lose money.
You know what has stopped is the harassment we've been getting from pixie dusters.
Yeah, that's true.
Because now they're like, now we're useful. Oh, just like Clownfish rip Disney a new one. Because we hate Disney this week.
Speaking of stupidity, real quick, well, we have to wrap this up. I saw a thing today on one of those boards, like the annual pass holder type boards, one of them. There's the junkies boards or whatever. Yeah. A teacher had taken a picture of the different Encanto characters and then had like, we don't, question our own strength with Louisa, and like we don't talk about Bruno, and then some other we don't different things that they were actual real good lessons for kids.
Right.
That went off the character. And this one woman had a meltdown because, well, as a teacher, I'm upset that you are using the word don't and using negative speech when you should be putting that in a more positive way for kids. The reason they're doing it is because we don't talk about Bruno. It was a joke based on that, and it was a thing for kids. And it had a good point. So I'm like, oh, shit, Disney's in trouble again. Canceled now. Because they were talking negative speak to children by saying we don't talk about Bruno, when they should have said, perhaps maybe you should not converse about Bruno behind his back. Maybe we should make this a positive thing. Maybe it's more positive to embrace your friends and not talk about them, because that would have been such a hit song.
Yeah, what would have been a hit song? Stop whining, little bitch. Stop whining, little bitch.
But other teachers,
you're such a snitch.
Other teachers are like,
put you in the ditch.
I don't see. I get what you're saying, but this is a temporary thing, and I don't think it's meant to be. I heard you. Not meant to be. Ongoing, and it's not harmful like you're making it out to be. But this person was losing their shit, commenting on everybody who responded. Because, well, I'm a teacher. Well, I'm a teacher too, and you're full of shit. I have spoken.
More bitches need to be told to shut up.
They're not wrong about positive and negative speech, but this was clearly not in this instance.
I am positive that your speech is negative, so fuck you.
Yes. So anyway. We'll wrap this up now, because this has gone like, we're heading on half an hour now, I think.
Don't know. There's a lot to unpack here. So there you go, guys. Disney's getting it from all sides. When everybody's Clownfish, nobody is.
We're still Clownfish.
Yeah, we are. The one and only. We did it first. We hated Disney first. And we don't actually hate them. We're just shocked.
Well, now we're supposed to hate them, and we don't hate them enough.
We don't hate them enough, so we can't do anything right. All right, we're going to wrap this up.
Yep.
Please subscribe for more pop culture news, views, and rants, guys. We'll talk later.
Bye.